Right, here we are once again on Cricbuzz with a completely new offering. Upstox Cric Index presents Reverse Sweep. And we're going to do something interesting here. We're going to look at the week gone by, the best matches. We're going to look ahead to the next week. We're going to look at players who did well, who didn't quite do that well. And we're going to look at all this through the prism of the Upstox Cric Index. What we've done is look at data over the past 3 years to arrive at a base and then look at who's done well, who hasn't, through a combination of batting average, strike rate, economy rate, all the normal parameters we use, but it's all been fused into one index. And then we also look at the auction price, or in some cases, a retention price, and therefore, effectively, we get a return on investment index. And that's not bad, isn't it? I mean, we've looked at so many different ways of checking out players. This is a return on investment index. So let's start with the Upstox Cric Index. Chalo, start करके देखें. And for a start, we'll look at the two best matches of the week gone by. I mean, the first week already told you why this is such a fabulous tournament. But there's a reason I've picked two matches. The first of those matches was where an opportunity presented itself and an opportunity was squandered. And I'm looking at Hyderabad versus Bangalore. Now, over the years, Bangalore have raised hopes only to have them collapse. And we saw last year that happened to Hyderabad as well. But surely this time it had to be Hyderabad. I mean, they're only chasing 150. At one point, they needed, 54 in 7 overs? 54 in 7 overs, 9 wickets in hand, 2 well-set batsmen. And then what happened? A combination of fear, pressure, greed, opportunity, all those things that drive all pursuits in life all came in, and all of a sudden you're seeing one ball being hit in the air, one cross-batted swipe going somewhere. Kohli did really well to bring Shahbaz Ahmed in, and all that culminated in a disastrous collapse for Hyderabad. So that, to me, because of the human frailties involved, was one of the games. The other was because it showed what a human being could achieve. I mean, 221 was the figure in front of them. They needed 222 to win, did Rajasthan against Kings. Now remember, last year they chased down 223 against Punjab as well. But suddenly they're 25 for 2. Stokes is gone. There's, the top order. Sanju Samson comes in and he hits 119 of 63. And I'll tell you, I said at the time, if he makes 25, it's like a melody. This was a symphony. He was playing shots everywhere, brilliant. And then came that one moment. Do you take a single with 2 balls left or do you not? You have to take these split-second decisions. And he went by his instinct. And to be fair, I think I thought about it. If I was there, I would probably have done exactly the same thing. Because he didn't choose the soft option of going to the non-strikers end, he chose the bold option of trying to finish the game himself. And that is why I agreed with Sanju. So those were my 2 matches of the week. Time now to look at Upstox Cric Index Spotlight. Much like in the world of trading, your assets go up one week, down one week, and you track them. Well, we're tracking players like that too, based on where they're going up and down on the leaderboard, some going up, some going down. So let's take a look at where we are at the end of week 1 on the leaderboard, and you'll see some fantastic names up there. Right on top is Rashid Khan, you've got Sanju Samson, you've got KL Rahul. And the good thing about this particular leaderboard is that almost everyone has a green arrow on the side, which means that all of them have shown an upswing in fortunes. And for the first player to look out for, I've picked the peerless Rashid Khan. This is the highest anyone's been on the Upstox Cric Index, 9.83. And I mean, that represents an up, as you'd imagine. But the great thing about Rashid Khan is that you expect him to deliver. He's high price, you expect him to deliver, and he still delivers. And he's a fantastic asset to have, an asset that just keeps on delivering. So Rashid Khan is the first player I wanted to look at. The second player is someone whose index wasn't great, which means you're really taking a punt on that particular asset. You didn't know where that asset would go, and then it started to zoom up. Look where Harshal Patel has gone. He started off with an Upstox Cric Index of 2.23. And from there on, through his performances, well-defined performances, because he can talk at the end, but he's clearly defined as the end overs bowler, and he's gone from 2.23 to 7.41. Now, if ever you wanted to make a good investment, this was it with Harshal Patel. What I'm interested in seeing with Harshal Patel is how does he move up and down once they move out of Chennai onto truer surfaces. So that about Harshal Patel. What about that one asset that everyone loves to possess, which is a little bit on the downswing? I'll explain that. One of those two is Yuzvendra Chahal. He sort of hit a plateau at the moment, but he's a very good player. He might just come storming back. But the other one that hits you is Hardik Pandya. I think it's known, I'm a huge fan of Hardik Pandya, of the extraordinary skills he brings. But he started off, did Hardik Pandya, at 7.81 and he's dropped down to 4.18. Now, there's a reason for that. Part of the reason is that he's playing on slowish tracks. He's coming in at a time when he's got to go straight away. It's a high pressure thing. More important than that is his high price is because he delivers three ways: in the field, with the bat, and with the ball. And in this week, he was the option of the ball was not available to him. So Hardik Pandya has just plummeted a little bit. But once he starts bowling, I expect that to go up. In a manner of speaking, I expect you to stay invested. So my three Upstocks Cric Index spotlight players: Rashid Khan, Harshal Patel, and Hardik Pandya. One of the great things about this tournament is because players come from so many backgrounds, from so many different parts of India, it produced some really memorable, heartwarming moments. And I thought of three. The first of those was Shahbaz Ahmed. It meant so much to him that his captain, the Virat Kohli, threw him the ball at such a crucial moment, and he responded with three against Hyderabad. I thought that was a beautiful moment. I thought Harshal Patel, he's been around so often. He's been with teams. They've let him go. They've picked him. They've let him go. Journeyman player suddenly comes in with a well-defined role and delivers twice in a row. So I have a lot of time for Harshal Patel, but I'm a little partial with my moment of the week because I saw it happen in front of me. And I saw this young man. He looks like a child who's strayed into the world of men. And I saw Chetan Sakaria bowling, a bit like Chaminda Was with that bowling action, swung it in, took pace off, took a brilliant catch. And when he came to the presentation, he was just so wide-eyed with that beautiful, innocent smile. And I thought, wow, even in such a high-stakes tournament, we've got time for players like these. And so, to me, the moment of the week was that debut by Chetan Sakaria for Rajasthan. Okay, let's look at where we are on the points table then at the end of week one. And if you're a Bangalore fan, celebrate, do what you want, do a jig, do what you want, because it's not always that you've found yourself there and you're playing well. Pulled out two matches from positions that Bangalore have traditionally lost in, so that's very good. Already teams have won one, lost one, and that means Mumbai are still allowed to be on number two in spite of starting a little iffy. But it's teams like Hyderabad that you want to watch at the bottom end, because there's a couple of matches that they could have done better in. And so they've got to recover already so early in the tournament and come up. Now, which are the matches I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to two games in Chennai for a specific reason. I'm looking forward to an afternoon game. It's the first afternoon game. It's already very dry in Chennai with that heat beating down on it. I don't know how it'll work. And Bangalore versus Kolkata will be quite a game to watch there. Of course, it's part of folklore of this tournament, Bangalore versus Kolkata. But I'd like to see how they adjust. Bangalore has seemed to have adjusted well so far. Kolkata came back. So I want to see that one game I'm quite curious about. The other is Mumbai versus Delhi. That's a 7:30 game. But the reason I'm looking forward to it is to see if Delhi can overcome this problem they've had with Mumbai. Lost all the games against them last year, but also they're coming from Mumbai, completely different kind of surface, coming from Mumbai to Chennai, and see how they adjust. So those are the two games that for different reasons I'm looking forward to in the week ahead. So that is a look at the week just gone by, a little glimpse of what to look forward to in the week ahead. And do keep your eyes open to see which players are going up on the Upstocks Cric Index, who's going down, because in a manner of speaking, ये देखना पड़ेगा ना कि return on investment सबसे ज़्यादा किसका रहेगा. That's an interesting way to watch the week coming up as well. So there you are. We'll be back once again with Upstocks Cric Index presents Reverse Sweep. Good week to look forward to. चलो start करके देखें.